Good afternoon. I'm Debra, your host and dementia expert. Today we are discussing comfort care, palliative care, and hospice care. Now, I want to paint a picture for you. Actually, no, you're going to paint your own picture. I want you to imagine that you are nearing the end of your life. You are 89 years old. I want you to consider what your life was like about 6 months to a year before your current situation. Let's just, for the sake of this exercise, let's say that you were fairly independent. Maybe you needed a little help with bathing and maybe someone does a little cleaning and laundry. But for the most part, you're doing okay. So fast forward, you're 89. Hospice. That's right. Someone says hospice. WTF, right? The end. Here it comes. No avoiding it now. You have whatever time left. You have a limited amount of time to do what you want to do. Tie up those loose ends. Delegate. Tell those you love what you need to say to them. Come to terms with your spirituality if you're a spiritual person. You've been told you have approximately whatever time you have to accomplish whatever you need to do. So I ask you, where do you want to be? What surroundings do you want to be in? Do you want to be in a hospital? 24/7, lights, beeps, alarms, cold floors and plain walls, a clock on the wall, a TV, and that ugly chair, a whiteboard with a couple of nurses' names on it, watching them come in every day and erase with that eraser, changing the date, counting down the days? Or would you rather be in your own home, surrounded by all of the things that made you who you are? The familiar family photos, your own bed, your favorite pajamas, the cat, your favorite chair, your blanket that you snuggle in when you're cold, the best neighbor in the whole wide world, and your routines. Where would you choose to be? That's if you could choose. Where would you be for your final days? Probably at home. Hospice. Does that word terrify you? Hospice. Does that word make you feel uncomfortable? Hospice. Does that word instantly have a negative reaction in your brain? The death sentence. Hospice. Oh no, not hospice. Anything but hospice. I'll bet you didn't know that most people wish that they had started hospice sooner. We're going to talk about comfort care, palliative care, and hospice care. My hope is that after today, first, you'll have a much better understanding of what each of these are. And second, come away with, instead, fear, but a realization that this experience can be very positive and actually help improve relationships and ease the transition and shift the mindset about death and dying. Like our personalities, we are all different. And like our experiences of life, we are all different. One thing, though, that we all have in common is death. One day, we will all die. And to be 100% completely honest with you, this is my greatest fear. I'm not sure why, and I hope as time passes, I'll accept it and come to terms. But for now, not gonna lie, I'm terrified to die. I think that most fear comes from the unknown. What we don't know or don't understand creates fear in us. So let's learn together, because the reality is that no one can escape it. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter who you know. everyone is in the same boat. Everyone. Today, we will talk about what each different care consists of and what's covered by insurance, who pays what, and what to expect. I also have a short video that I'm going to share with you later. It's actually a video of a man on hospice at his beautiful home with his loving wife by his side. It's very touching. We hear a lot of terms bouncing around. Comfort care is one. I think that some doctors feel that families get upset with the words hospice and palliative, so comfort was created. Comfort care is exactly what it says, providing comfort. So comfort care can be palliative or hospice. You will need to ask for clarification from whoever is using the phrase comfort care. The doctor may also be in the midst of deciding which level of care is appropriate and kind of use the term comfort care until making the best guess diagnosis. So both hospice and palliative care are considered comfort care. Let's talk first about palliative care. When a person is diagnosed with a chronic life-limiting illness, and chronic means a recurring or long-lasting illness, they qualify for palliative care. It's designed for a patient who is experiencing a decreased quality of life due to their symptoms of their illness or the treatments. So, not that they are actively dying. They are having a decreased quality of life from an illness or from the symptoms of that illness. Some illnesses that fall under this category would be cancer, COPD, congestive heart failure, Alzheimer's or dementia, Parkinson's, and others. Palliative care focuses on controlling symptoms or helping you get through treatments. It can also help you focus on your future care planning and advanced directives. I'll do another video on advanced directives for you. When we have complications due to illnesses like nausea, pain, or fatigue, these symptoms have a negative impact on our day-to-day functions. Palliative care improves the quality of life. Quality of a person's life also reflects on the quality of the life for the family members. The New England Journal of Medicine study showed that those who received palliative care lived longer than those who did not. During palliative care, you can still receive medical treatment for symptoms, and treatment can be intended to cure the serious illness. So as a patient, you don't have to give up the treatments that may cure your illness. Your palliative care team will more than likely include all of your doctors, a nurse, social worker, nutritionalist, and a spiritual advisor or a chaplain. Your team will guide you through the challenges and help you prepare for the future. You can choose to do whatever you want to do, and you don't do anything you don't or that you're not ready for. Palliative care teams are there to support your decisions and help you locate the resources to match your treatment and social needs. It is meant to enhance your care with a concentration on quality of life for the patient and the family. If the doctor or palliative care team decide or believe that ongoing treatment is no longer helping, they will recommend that the patient either transition into hospice or the team will stop the ongoing treatments and focus on comfort care. Palliative care can be provided pretty much anywhere: a hospital, a nursing home, an outpatient clinic, or at your own home. Palliative care may or may not be covered by private insurance or Medicare. It depends on your plan and how much it would cover. If you're a veteran, the VA may provide palliative care services for you. If palliative care is not suggested to you by your doctor, you can ask for a referral anytime after a diagnosis. Now, let's talk about hospice. Hospice differs from palliative care in that the attempts to cure the illness is not pursued any longer. When hospice is recommended, it is the best guess that the patient has 6 months or less to live. So if we are discontinuing any treatment that had the expectation to cure, it doesn't mean that we are discontinuing all treatment. You can still receive medical treatment to help relieve symptoms. Usually if a patient is on hospice, they will stop taking most of their medications other than pain meds, inhalers, anti-anxiety or antidepressants. But this is always decided on an individual basis. To qualify for hospice, a person must be certified by 2 doctors with a diagnosis of a life-limiting condition that, if it runs its natural course, would limit the life expectancy to 6 months or less. In most cases, this person has had some of the following: frequent hospitalizations, increased fatigue and weakness, weight loss, a change in cognitive functioning, repeated infections. They may have had difficulty with activities of daily living, such as bathing, dressing, toileting, transferring, and eating. They may also have skin breakdown. The person going on hospice may have chosen on their own to stop certain treatments. Hospice differs from palliative care in that attempts to cure the illness is not pursued any longer. Hospice care teams consist of your doctors, nurses, social workers, nutritionalists, and spiritual advisors, all providing emotional support to the patient and the family. Hospice care teams often supply grief counseling also. When a person is on hospice, they require 24-hour supervision. This care is mostly provided by family members if the person is at home. The hospice team spends time to educate the family on how to provide the appropriate care and how to administer pain medications and other meds. Unlike palliative care, while on hospice, nurses are available 24/7 by phone. A nurse typically visits 2 to 5 times per week and is usually mutually agreed upon between the nurse and the family about how often these visits will happen. Should your loved one need continuous care, it may be provided. This would be round-the-clock nursing care, often called crisis care. It can be provided if the family needs a break or if severe symptoms require more intense management. Hospice is covered 100% by Medicare and Medicaid, as well as most private insurances. All care, including house calls, medications, and all medical equipment, including a hospital bed, commode, oxygen, whatever is needed, will be covered. Some families opt to pay out of pocket for aides to assist with household tasks so that they can spend more quality time with their loved one. This extended care may or may not be covered by insurances. A person with dementia is considered to be in the terminal hospice stage if they are incontinent, have a vocabulary of 1 to 5 words per day, are non-ambulatory, that means they can't walk. If all vocabulary has been lost, if they are unable to sit up independently, if they cannot hold their head up, and if they are unable to smile. Hospice isn't just for the patient, it's just as much for the family. Hospice can be a beautiful experience. Those who use these services usually wish that they had started sooner, and I believe that's because the emotional support and the friendships that are created are so valuable. I'm going to leave you with a video of one of my past clients who asked me to share this beautiful moment with them. Enjoy this video. I'm not coming back on. So subscribe.
Those were such happy times and not so long ago. How I'd wondered where they'd gone. But they're back again, just like a long lost friend. All the songs I love so well, every show, every woe still shines. Every shing-a-ling-a-ling that they're starting to sing so fine. When they get to the part where he's breaking her heart, it can really make me cry, just like before. It's yesterday once more.
If you're a nurse, a doctor, a CNA, an HHA, if you work in dining services or housekeeping services, these videos are for you. And if you're here, it means that this topic interests you and that you really care. But I'm going to tell you a little secret. Pretty soon, I'm going to be launching a certification training program. So if you want to up your game, if you want to walk into your boss's office and ask for a raise because you've had these trainings and you really know then you're going to want to sign up for these training classes. They are going to blow you away. And the reason I can say that is because I've taken all these other courses and I know how this compares to them. They're not even in the same category. So you can put your email address down there. You can go to my website, answersaboutalz.org, and drop me a note, and I'll make sure that you get on the waiting list, and I'll inform you and let you know when that training program is going to start.